We need to take things slowly. I wasn't convinced that Robbie was right, but I decided to take his advice. Maybe it was better to wait a bit longer. I didn't want to scare her away. I guess we should just be friends for now. I'll take my time, I told him. It wasn't long after that, when I was watching TV, that I received a text message that would change everything. I know that you know something. That's how you got all your money. Give me half, or I will tell everyone about the mission to spy on Russia. They will think that it's you that has let the secret out. They will destroy your family. My heart sank. I had no idea who had sent the message, but this was going to ruin everything. I didn't want to give up half of my money, but what choice did I have? I couldn't risk my family getting hurt. I knew what I had to do. I called the number that the government had given me. It rang twice, and then a man answered. Yes, Tom, what do you want? I need to meet you. They told me to wait until 10 o'clock and walk to the end of my street. They said that I should wait in the doorway of the last shop. I watched as the minutes ticked away. Finally, it was 10 o'clock. I made my way down the dark street and stood waiting. A few minutes later, two men wearing dark suits approached me. Follow us, they said. They led me down a dark alley, out of sight of anyone. What's the problem? They asked. I told them all about the message I had received. I thought I should tell you. Someone else obviously knows what your mission is, I said. They told me to send a text back agreeing to the demands. Arrange to meet him or her at the park at lunchtime tomorrow, they said. We will come and take care of everything. When I got home, I sent the reply. I'll be sitting on the park bench wearing a blue baseball cap. The following day, I set off to the park. I was so nervous. My stomach was in knots. I saw a boy sitting on the bench. He looked about my age. As I got a little closer, he looked up. My mouth dropped open in surprise. It was Robbie. He was the blackmailer? I couldn't risk anything happening to my best friend, so I called my contact. Abandon the plan, I shouted. It's my best friend. You can't take him. Okay, well, you better deal with it, he said. Make sure this information never gets out. I went and sat down next to Robbie. Have you got the money? He asked. How did you know? Haven't you figured it out yet? I was the one that hacked your system. I got you into that meeting. That's when I remembered what had happened. The flash of light must have been when he hacked into my computer and joined me in their meeting. I just wanted you out of the way. I thought they would terminate you.
Oh my God.
I never expected them to pay for your silence. But why did you want me out of the way? Because I wanted a chance with Tanya. My mouth fell open. What? Is that why you tried to stop me from dating her? I had no idea that you liked her. You didn't need to go to all that trouble. If you had told me that you liked her too, I wouldn't have stood in your way. I promise you, I won't date her. Robbie rubbed his face. He looked stressed. I know, you're right. I just got really jealous. I'm so sorry. I've been so stupid. You can keep the money. It was tempting to keep all the money to myself, but I knew that I had to be fair. No, actually, you deserve your share. If it wasn't for you hacking into my computer, I wouldn't even have the money. You're my best friend, and I want to share it with you. You're insane. Robbie and I spun around to see who had spoken. It was Tanya. How long have you been standing there? I asked. Long enough to hear what he has done to you. I can't believe you'd do something like that to your best friend, and all because of me. Please, I did this for you, Robbie said. No, this obsession has got to stop. It's unhealthy. You shouldn't be willing to throw your best friend under the bus. Just have a chance with me. Robbie looked like he was about to cry, but what Tanya said next made it even worse. Anyway, you were wasting your time. I would never have dated you. I've always liked Tom. I looked at Tanya in shock. Did she really just say that? I looked at Robbie to see what his reaction was going to be. Well, you're welcome to each other. I hope you'll both be very happy, he said sarcastically. With that, he stormed off out of the park. After that, I didn't hear from Robbie again. When I tried to contact him, he just ignored my calls. At school, he just avoided me. I was sad that we had lost our friendship, but I had Tanya, and that was worth much more to me. We started dating, and it wasn't long before things got really serious between us. My parents loved her, and her family liked me too. It was her birthday coming up, and also our 6-month anniversary, so I wanted to do something special for her. I decided I was going to book a holiday for us at the lakes. She was so excited when I told her about our trip. Oh, Tom, I can't believe it. I've always wanted to go stay at the lakes. Thank you so much. I showed her the photos of the log cabin we were going to stay at. It's got a real fire and a hot tub in the yard, I said. We can go for long walks in the forest and relax by the fire in the evening. Oh, it looks so romantic. I can't wait, she said. We packed up our bags and caught the bus out of town. It was so nice watching out of the window as we left the city behind and the view turned to mountains and trees. It took us about 4 hours to get there, and it was already dark when we arrived. The manager showed us to our cabin, and we settled in for the evening. Let's have an early night tonight, and then we'll be bright and fresh for a walk in the morning, I said. The following day, we were up at 6 a.m. Tanya made us some breakfast while I packed up a bag with supplies for our walk. By 7:30, we were on our way. The site manager had given us a map of the surrounding areas, and we had chosen a route that went through the forest and beside the lake. The sun shone bright as we made our way through the forest. We walked for about half an hour through the trees until eventually came out beside the lake. The water glistened in the morning sunlight. I honestly don't think I ever felt so happy in all my life. Everything was perfect. Suddenly, I felt someone push me from behind. I fell flat on my face on the ground. I tried to roll over onto my back, but I couldn't turn over. I heard Tanya scream, "No, no, leave him alone." The fear in her voice gave me the energy I needed. I turned over and faced my enemy. "Robbie!" I cried out in shock. "What are you doing here?" But he didn't say anything. He just kept on hitting me. I didn't want to hit him back, so I just held my hands up to my face to defend myself. But then, as quickly as it started, it stopped. I felt Robbie being pulled off of me. I looked to see who had come to my rescue. It was my contacts from the government. "How did you know I was here?" They held Robbie between them. "We've been following you everywhere you've gone. The information that you have is too important. We couldn't risk anyone trying to get it out of you, so we have been keeping an eye on you." It annoyed me that they had been stalking me the whole time, but I suppose they had probably saved my life. "Well, it looks like you got here just in time." I looked at Robbie. "Why did you attack me?" "I hate you. I will never forgive you for what you have done to me." I realized then that all this time, Robbie had been bottling up his feelings. They must have been eating away inside him until he had finally burst. "Robbie, I never meant to hurt you. I miss our friendship. Is there any way we can be friends again?" "There is one way," said Robbie. "If you finish with Tanya, we can..."
You'll be amazed by what you can do for free with Canva presentations. Your team can quickly turn their ideas into...
We can go back to being best friends again. So, what do you think I should do? Should I give up Tanya to get my best friend back again? Please tell me in the comments below. I was sitting in the lounge watching TV